Hi, I'm Maya, and I've been lifting with Charnwood Barbell for about a year and a bit.
Yeah. And you do other sports as well?
I do.
So what are the other sports that you do?
So as well as ollie lifting, I do figure skating, kickboxing, pole dance, and I think that's it. I dabble in other classes too, like a little bit of ballet and sometimes some hot yoga, just for fun. But yeah.
Why not? You know, because you've got all the time. Okay, so this is our second interview that we've done for our club, and it was from the comp that we did at the end of March. 30th of March was the last comp at all. So obviously we've got Maya down, and we just want to talk about how that comp went. So first things first, how do you feel that the comp went?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was my second time competing. This time I just wanted to kind of have fun. My goal wasn't to get like any PBs or anything. It was just to show up and make some lifts and enjoy it. So I was actually left feeling pretty happy with how I did. Yeah.
How did you feel leading up to the comp?
So I had a not very good consistency with training because life was just lifing. So yeah, I had a lot of things going on, so I wasn't training as much as I like to, and I was also felt like I was ill for like just a long time, which was all frustrating.
You were ill a number of times in the lead up.
It was not ideal.
So I think what 8 weeks, 12-week program that we set to build up. We did 3 weeks.
That sounds about right. So yeah, my expectations weren't high.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think having a goal of just going and being there and not putting too much pressure on myself actually like turned out good.
How did your warm-up go, and how was the warm-up area? Because you went staffs before, so you've done the staffs comp, and this is a different place. You've not done a comp here before, so how did you find this one?
I think my lifts in warm-up actually felt pretty good. The training session, like in the week leading up to the comp, I had one really good training session, and then one session where I was like bailing on some lifts. So I guess it was like a little bit of a roller coaster. So I wasn't sure what to expect in warm-up, but yeah, it kind of went up again, which is nice. And then in terms of the warm-up area, I think trying to find our little space. I think it's still getting used to lifting when there's someone like in front of me, maybe. And like I also kind of can sometimes get a bit overwhelmed when it's like quite busy and there's lots of like noises going on. So being able to like have my headphones on and try and conserve a bit of that energy definitely helps as well. But yeah, I appreciate the strategic coaches being there to help me like stay zen. Yeah, it's really nice.
What goes through your mind when going up to the platform for your open?
Ooh. So when I come out, I usually I have your voice in my head of being like relax, which is like my cue to like shake my arms. And then I just go up to the bar, and then usually I hear other people's voice, like Joanna, like and other people that are supporting as well. So that's really nice. And I usually don't actually think about the lift itself. So like it's hands on the bar, kind of try and not think about it and just like trust my body in the training that I've done, and then kind of just yeah. Sometimes that ends up in me forgetting how to do things like to recover properly, but most of the time it's fine.
How does it feel when you get your first lift out of the way?
It's like a relief. Also, yeah, like you get that dopamine, especially when it's like snatches first. I think it's like, bam, it's like, oh yeah, it's done. It's like, yay, let's go.
Especially when your opening snatch.
Oh yeah.
And in the warm-up, you're getting down, you do beautiful positioning and everything. You go out on the platform, then pow, you just powered it.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
It was like,
I was like,
it was far too light for you, but obviously we needed to get something out of the way and
Yeah.
build that confidence up. But it was actually quite amusing watching you do that, and it was just like, yeah, you could probably gone a bit heavier than that.
Yeah. All good. We made it.
How do you think your snatch performance was?
Yeah, I think it was just trying to remember. I remember the power snatch. But I think the other two snatches actually felt all right. I think I do want to work on like getting under the bar quicker. Yeah, but I think my technique for this competition felt better than the last one. So
Yeah.
progressively.
Yeah. How do you think your performance was with the clean and jerks?
Yeah, I think just cast my mind back. I really enjoyed the clean and jerk, so yeah, I think I had fun. I think I got 2 out of 3, so the last one was just a push out.
Was it really a push out?
Let the audience decide. But yeah, I was pretty happy with it, I think.
Overall, are you happy with what you achieved?
I was proud for doing it and showing up, and then also the cherry on top was the female of the competition award. So having the award for like vibes was quite nice.
I think you nailed that with the vibes. What did you struggle with most in training and comp?
Ooh. So in training, definitely consistency, and then I guess sometimes like energy levels, like different parts around my cycle is just is up and down. So sometimes I would have like really like strong feeling weeks, and other times I'm just like and like it just feels super heavy. But I think like learning that that's normal definitely helps like mentally. What else? In competition? What did I struggle with? Don't know. I guess like just...
You nailed it, you brought the vibe,
Yeah.
didn't struggle with anything. The coaching was amazing.
Yeah.
It was quite interesting that you talked about during your training and your cycle. I don't think many people really realise how that can really affect your training. And I think it would be quite good for women to, obviously women know because you go through it every month, but you appreciate and understand and not beat yourself up when things aren't going well because of your cycle. So it's quite good that you've addressed that, and I'm assuming you're working through being more in tune with your body to know what to do. So are there any tactics that you know of that you've learned from your training? Do you take things a little bit lighter or a little easier, or you just get loads of ice cream?
Lean into the snack gremlin. So I think firstly having programs that like align with the cycle definitely helps. So like having the recovery weeks to start in like the luteal phase, and then it ends up having like your stronger weeks when you're like lifting more weights, which is nice. And then what else? I think just like try not to beat yourself up about it, and like being more aware of like what happens at different times of the month, and realizing that affects performance, and it's fine.
Yeah. And I'll probably say have really good communication with your coach or whoever's doing your program to really work around these sort of things. To not only like get the best out of you, but also so you're happy about what you're doing. As well, because it's very easy to be like, right, I've got to hit these percentages, these numbers, but my uterus is kicking my ass. And I just don't want to lift anything. So having that communication with your coach to be able to manipulate your programming, I think is a good key point that people should recognize.
I think that's a good point, actually. Like, even just with like life in general, like it's not always going to be like sunshine and roses. So having like, I guess, like compassionate coaching and being able to like be adaptive to like our needs is like been really helpful. So yeah, thanks.
What do you think your strengths were during training?
I think being able to bounce back from like those breaks, because I think you could really easily be like, oh, I've missed this amount of time, I'm just not going to do it anymore. But like I always found that first session back is always the hardest, but like still coming back after that makes it easier. So yeah, like having that mindset helped. And then I think just like to have the feeling of like doing the hard things. So like doing the things that kind of feel a bit scary. So like upping the weights a bit more, like the feeling of like surprising yourself, I guess. I quite enjoy that. So yeah.
So you just like beating yourself up
and
have kills.
Yeah.
Great. What was your highlight at the comp?
Ooh. I think like aside from doing my own lifts, like probably watching other people's lifts as well, because I think it's like quite motivating to see the other girls like lift these heavy circles and be like, bam, that's so cool. So yeah, I think it's like always quite inspiring.
What is your favorite lift?
When I do really nice snatches, it's snatches, but mostly it's clean and jerk, because that goes well more often. And you can lift heavier.
What would you say to someone if they're looking to compete for the first time?
Ooh. I think like competing is a really nice way to expose yourself to like a new challenge. And in my experience, like I haven't done weightlifting competitions before I came here, but the environment and everyone else was really welcoming, and having like a good coaching team and support system like to guide through like when you're like actually on the day and leading up to training is really helpful. So I think yeah, it's like a good opportunity to challenge yourself, and yeah, it doesn't always need to be about winning, but like I think just showing up and then setting those targets and getting those lifts for yourself, whatever weight they are, like is like winning itself. So yeah.
Are you looking to compete again soon?
I'd like to, maybe.
What are your goals next?
I'd like firstly to try and get more of a routine back. Yeah, just stable training routine, getting that consistency. And then like my overall goals, which I don't really have an end point or like a target date, would be a bodyweight snatch and a 100 kilo clean and jerk, all clean. But like I don't know when that is gonna fall. Like I'm quite way off of it right now, but yeah, that would be so cool.
Awesome. How do you feel being the female of the competition? I think that's the right phrase that they said on the medal, the female competition.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I wasn't expecting it, but yeah, it was a nice surprise.
How do you manage so many sports?
ADHD.
The tism was tisming right there.
Unfortunately, yes. Yeah, being my flavour of neurodivergent means I have lots of interests. And yeah, so I end up following my curiosity of wanting to try these new things, and they end up like being things that I actually really like. So then I end up with a collection of sports. But the good thing about this is that they all help each other, especially with like the building the strength and lifting actually helps with my other sports as well. So yeah, like I unfortunately have a very busy schedule. So sometimes it can get a bit overwhelming, but I try to manage by basically not doing too much of each of them. So for example, for weightlifting, I train twice a week, and then like I try to fit them in so I don't do too much in one day. So yeah, being flexible and just taking a rest when I need it as well. Sometimes it can be quite easy to burn out when you're managing a lot of different things. So yeah, still learning.
But that also goes back to good communication with your coach to find that balance. So not only are you trying to work on balancing things through your cycle, but obviously with your other sports, there will be times when like you've got your kickboxing gradings and whatnot. So there might be times like, okay, let's not have a heavy week this week because you got a grading, you got to kick people's ass. So yeah, that sort of thing. So.
Yeah, I think it's like not being like 100% in all of them all the time, but like they're kind of like different levels in each hobby, and kind of like managing that fleet of activities.
Is there anything you would like to say to the world?
Firstly, joining a weightlifting club I think has been really helpful. Firstly because of community, and like it forces me to show up. Like it also feels very safe here to even when I don't feel like showing up, being able to being able to come up even when I'm like dressed like a gremlin, or like I don't feel like I need to be like in tip-top condition to show up to training, which really helps with like the friction. What else? Join Charnwood Barbell. Thanks to everyone as well that's said well done and supported me online as well. Thanks to James and Joanna, the best. And do some lifting, and lifting heavy circles makes me happier, so it might make you happy too.